Well, hope everybody's doing well. You know, let's talk a little bit about your your mental health because you know what it comes really down to is what the heck are you doing over there? Over there, I think his water's froze. What the hell is it out here? But yeah, it's only about I don't know 16, 17 degrees. But let's talk about your mental health. A lot of people that develop health issues, I believe it comes down to they run away. They haven't. They run away from their problems, and they run away. They run away from their problems by video games, by pornography, by drugs and alcohol, and they never resolve their problem. It actually gets worse than the original problem. If they would have just taken care of the problem, because what ends up happening is layer and layer and layer is built upon this problem that could have been solved probably easier. A little pain, a little suffering, and you work through it. That's how you grow in life. That's how you mature. And a lot of people want to run off into this delusional world of theirs, this make-believe world, in their dream world. They want to create and fabricate things and not face the harsh realities of what's actually going on. So they actually make their problems worse. They don't feel good about themselves. And then depression sets in, and then the laziness, and they just don't feel good, and that it's in their mind. They never stood up and took care of it. Now, I'm not saying everyone's like that. A lot of people, they have down times, and they have to do some soul searching and figure things out. And like I said, talk to God. God's always there. He's always listening. He knows what your problems are, but He's there. He's there to listen. He's there to help. He'll work things out for you. But if you're going to run off into your little I don't know, hiding spot, and curl up in a fetal position, or sit there and play your video games to escape reality, go to alcohol, drugs, and stuff, like I said, you're making it worse. People, life's not easy. Life's difficult. It's hard. And like Christ says, many are called, but few are chosen. It takes people that have some kind of mental grit, some mental toughness to them, that rely on God. And if you follow His commandments, a lot of times you still have some problems that some SOB brings to you. It's like you're having a good day and some SOB messes it up. That happens a lot. But you just keep going. Kind of forget about that. Try to keep the joy and the happiness in your heart. No, that's just a temporary thing. The problem that you're dealing with, it's all temporary. And I don't mean to belittle anything, and I'm not. It's very serious. But let's say you have a terminal illness. That too will be solved in a certain amount of time. Maybe they'll have a cure for it. Maybe God will just cure it. Maybe God will make it go into remission. I mean, who knows? You don't know these things. But you gotta ask God. And you gotta ask for forgiveness, and a lot of times, like I said, you'll have things that happen in your life that are totally out of your you can't nothing you can do about it. It's out of your control. And you have to realize it's out of your control, but not God's control. Not the Almighty. He can do anything he wants. You have to remember that. And you have to trust in him. He likes it when you come to him and you sit there and you do all your praying and talking to him and telling him what the problem is and so on and so forth. And he understands it. And he takes care of it for you. Because there are some things that are just, you can't explain. It's just the way it is. It's called miracle. I'm sure if you're a nurse or you're a doctor, and especially like probably the ER room and stuff, you've seen things that are just like, man, I don't want to tell anybody about that because they'll think I'm crazy. I get that, you know. You don't want to. So, it's always interesting. But that's really what I wanted to come and say is a lot of times the original problem's not as bad as you make it by running away from it and adding more layers onto the problem. I mean, you're talking to a world that lies. You're talking to a politician and a government that lies. You're talking to the people that you go buy food from, the people that can it and all this other stuff, and they put poisons and everything else in the food and tell you how great it is, how wonderful it is for you, making you sick. Same thing with the water. They dump all kinds of chemicals in that and tell you how great and wonderful, oh, that water's clean, safe to drink. Yeah, God knows that. And he knows it burdens you. It wears on you. And there's times you just gotta sit back, quiet, let your soul talk to God, bring peace over your soul, over your heart. Ask God for that. Ask him for the wisdom and the courage and the knowledge and the wherewithal to get through this. Depending on what it is, he could fix it without even you knowing it. It may be a self-correcting problem. I mean, God could fix anything, but what I'm saying is he already knows what your problems are. You came and talked to him, and he's like, it's already taken care of. You just don't know it yet. Idle hands are the devil's workshop. It'll make you mentally ill by sitting around and sleeping and staying in bed, and makes the problem worse. Makes you feel worse about yourself when you should have been up, man, doing it, getting to it, getting that yard cleaned up, getting to work, getting the job done, getting the laundry done. And when you get these things done, you feel better about yourself because you're accomplishing things. You're getting things done, checking it off the list instead of the list getting bigger and bigger and piling up. You're tackling that list. So a lot of what goes on in the world with mental illness is just that. People not taking care of the problems, growing up, becoming responsible, because that's how you grow. Through the pain and the suffering, you grow. God will never give you more than you can handle. And always remember, you're important. You're important to God. He gave you life for a reason. We're all here for some reason. We're here. You may never know. But God put you here for a reason. So yeah, I could sit here and talk on and on and on, but I'm not going to. Yep, I think if I start talking about something else, it'll be twice as long, 3 times as long. You take care.